And what is up, my guys, and welcome back to another Ryusoulger. That's actually the first way I say that, but we're going to be talking about the Super Sentai Strongest Battle here as well. So I'm probably gonna put a timestamp up there, but also there's only gonna be like 2 pictures. It's gonna be a little lazy and basic. I do have some stuff down. I don't mind going far off topic with this. Just basic with this, just so I can focus on next 2 videos that are gonna be Jetman related. And technically Beast Wars related as well with the latter. But anyways, get ready. Here we go. So the Super Sentai Strongest Battle was a 4-week event between Lupin vs. Pat and Ryusoulger. About how Marvelous God knows because he was looking for Luca, who's the initial person inside Ryusoulger in this series, and then each of his new teammates for the Super Sentai Strongest Battle: Sasori Orange, Akaninja, Joe Eagle. They all got stuck at some point. And he used the head, and then the main boss named Rita also gets to control. And it's me not to initially think about watching it, but since it started when I was on that spring break trip, it's and I said, I'll catch up, watch the Strongest Battle one day, and then watch the first 3 episodes. Or I think I watched the first 2, and then the third came out a few days later. I watched a little bit of Kira Nature, but I really didn't quite get Stinger's stuff, so I might go back and watch that some point. But for now, that's kind of what I'm stuck as, thinking about new shows to watch, because a lot of them got canceled, like Night Squad, Tanked, Treehouse Masters. Yeah, it's a weird combination to start with, but then again, I didn't watch the previous season of Shark Tank, so I also do have that if I want to. But anyways, you could talk. I split in kind of you could talk. Say the first 3 are one bit, then the next 3, technically the last 3, but 7 and 8 are really their own thing. From 1 to 3 is that Red, Blue, and Pink are introduced. We learn they have masters. Their masters sacrifice themselves to save their students, to go off and fight the Druiden with Crown and Tank to start off with, and they already had a full-grown Venusaur to start off with, like a complete Venusaur or Dragon Venusaur. But so in the very first episode, the Megazord just pops up in one piece, and then the Mecha just scamper off. And then episode 2, we get the solo mode. We haven't yet seen the solo mode since. We've seen the default mode. We've seen green mode, black mode, 5 nights, and we just saw Triken last week. And then we're getting Ankylos mode in episode 10. But there's how it's gonna is that there's Crown Knight, there's one general like Tank Joe, and then currently of Wizero, Waizu, something like that. The trio, and later the whole core 5 move in with a paleontologist and his daughter. That's a YouTuber. She vlogs and goes on these adventure things. She's out in a different place, but she's still stuck in Japan. And there's one episode where it's 3rd episode where she gets contracted into being a Venusaur, and she's Medusa themed. So it's because they say her videos are very bad. But Toa and Bamba, they really don't connect at first. More so Bamba than Toa, because Toa is the naive. He's more active with Ko, the Red Ranger, than his brother at points. He also meets a girl he likes, which is part of the 5 and 6 arc, where she gets contracted into being Cerberus Venusaur. Bang has this hard, they should just kill off the people that are contracted by the Venusaur, so they don't have to fight. They did that with episode 9 because it was an object, and it's the only way they could destroy it, really. They defeat Cerberus with 5 nights. They defeat Tank Joe with 5 nights. Wizard shows up from another planet where two princesses come from, the planet Cepus, and the younger sister, Fato, is contracted to being the main story of the episode, but I believe it is initially the one-off when I wonder if it be... There's some stuff probably like with Sentai that we don't really get in the West, but we kind of know that guys live busy lives, so there's Unicorn Minosaur. Yeah, the second one was contracted from a fencer. Guy wanted to do fencing, but instead of supporting his family and like work and what he wanted to do, kind of gone the way of his life, which is something that's just a part of their life. And that's trap. They actually clone the Kishiryu or their Zord. So one goes out, has 5 nights, and blows up, and then they use 5 nights again to actually defeat the Minosaur. But Toa is able to rescue Feta first. Thing I like the idea of knowing it's kind of a trap. They duplicate the mecha and causing them to explode. It actually remind me of one of the recent NCIS New Orleans episodes. Like the season's finale just occurred, but just before that's it. Because Gregorio's passed, they come in and that stuff. They really get the bad guy because he's able to get confession out of him because he didn't see if she was bugged. So kind of interesting that all shows the. But even at that, there are still things like Dalsum that are basic, and they're doing some weird stuff with doing a more Kamer-esque way of dealing with the villain, with the monsters, and a monster grow and then trading off the general. Then the generals are just bosses for like a few weeks, maybe 2 months at most. But yeah. So the reason why an object was able to harness negative emotions was because it held a little world within it that was never opened. So apparently objects have feelings too. So that's something interesting there. And but to compare it to Beast Morphers, I would say like Beast Morphers is probably a superior show at 8 episodes than Ryusoulger at 9. I don't know if it's because like the slow burn that they'll have with the Robo. But it's like they had this Lord of the Robo and they went straight to the 6th Ranger pretty much. So there's like 8 episodes between Megazord debut and the second Megazord debut, which is the Gold and Silver one. So I don't know how they're gonna do that. Like Nate doesn't want to help because he wants to work on studying what Robbie was talking about, like back in episode 4 of seeing about making good avatars, pretty much. So Nate is less in danger, but just like Jin in Go Busters, it is gradually negative over time that it'll eventually die if the avatar faces too much damage. That might be a little weird because if they kill the evil avatars, then the moral humans would wake up. So that might... Time will tell how that gets across. But I was thinking... I already started thinking about like adaptation is that combined aspects of Newstorm and Down Thunder would probably work best, but not sure about the comedy side. Because those were more known to being more lighthearted than other seasons, and maybe Green Bug and Tatsuis are one unit, but and then the 6th Ranger would have been the 4th member of that trio who comes back from the dead because it harnesses a new power which was never seen before. I feel like enough going. I feel we can go into it most of the summer saying that this has been Lindsay Yale. Comment, like, subscribe. Strike well if you're already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.